Okay, great. We should be recording now.
Coach, your beard's getting a little long there. Your wife's not giving you a hard time yet? I thought you're already starting the Valentine's Day beard this early.
I'm trying to stay married, but yeah, it's keeping my face warm.
I bet.
Okay. So again, these are our meeting norms as usual. And I know it's really hard to not multitask during meetings, but I really ask that you please do your best to resist it. Hold off on the email till the meeting's over. There's as you guys know, for meetings, I tend to move pretty quickly. And I do recommend actually you have pen and paper or some things out just to be able to take some notes along the way, just because it's a lot of fairly important information that Dan and I will share with you this morning. Okay. If you could, please just write here in PowerSchool, here in the chat, so that we can do attendance for PowerSchool. And one of the reasons you do the attendance is so that you can get your professional development credits for attending these meetings. So please just go ahead and write here in the chat and or some kind of snide remark, and Dan and I will make sure that your attendance is registered. Here's our agenda for today. One thing that is going to be a little bit different is near the end of the meeting, I'm going to send you all out to breakout groups by subject area to talk about potential plans for the May 2021 assessments. So Dan and I really enjoyed meeting with all of you during the PLC visit. So thank you for welcoming us. Thank you for making the time for those meetings. They helped us catch up with you, let us know that the challenges you're facing, and it was astounding across all disciplines just to learn that the struggles we're facing, the challenges we're facing really are so similar regardless of the discipline we teach. One positive outcome of these visits was getting our classes a little bit longer and an earlier start time. Your comments led us to advocate for making changes. We were hoping for 45 minutes, but we're thrilled that we got at least 5 more minutes per class. And we hope that you are enjoying having just a little more time with your students every time you meet with them. Some exam registration updates. So we have 21 diploma candidates. This is up from 12 last year. That said, it's down from where 31, or about 33 at the start of the school year. And we felt Shannon Pettipies and Lee Stagg and I, who worked most closely with the diploma candidates, if it wasn't for the pandemic, we certainly would have had more than 21, but we're thrilled that we have this many this year. That's very exciting. And this is actually the largest group of diploma candidates we've ever had. We have 187 students testing in at least one DP subject. And if you add in the diploma candidates, it's 208. 504 exams, 553 if we add in TOK and extended essay. And just to get a bit of kind of historical perspective, in 2020, by the end of the year, we had 248 students testing in 538. 2019, we had those numbers, 2018, 2017. So despite having a pandemic, despite like kind of all the uncertainty of our lives, it was actually beautiful to see that we had so many kids still invested in their future, registering for the DP exams. So, and thank you again for all of your help with that. There's simply no way it would have gotten done without all of your help, checking, rechecking the list, tracking down the kids. I know it takes a lot out of your life that's already super busy, and I so appreciate it. So thank you. I'm going to hand it over to Dan to talk a bit about the upcoming IB Scholar Day.
Yeah, so this Wednesday, again, a reminder, we are doing the IB Scholar Day. You should have gotten emails from both me and there are some slides from Maureen in your email as well for advisory this week. We have canceled we've basically stuck with our plan from the beginning of this year where we were going to kind of do some personal project planning with the 9th graders. The 10th graders going to work on the personal project. We nixed the community service, kind of hard to do that right now. And then 11th and 12th grade is still focusing on the HI, TOK, and extended essay. The CP is going to be doing some work with the reflective project as well with its seniors. Looking forward, our next Scholar Day will be February 24th. It'll be here before we know it. That's the plan that you see on the screen right now. So if you have anything that you need added or want added, please reach out to me. There's a lot of great workshops going on this time. And as before, we have encouraged people to reduce workload for that Wednesday asynchronous time, and so that we can focus on prepping the students in our, to be successful in the IB specifically, but it really should benefit all students the way we have it laid out. And again, we have another for March 10 coming up, and then that's we don't know, still to be determined if we want or need one for April 21st.
Can invite Jenny Getz to turn on her mic, and she has something to share that will connect with Scholar Day as well.
I sure do. Thanks, Eric.
Yeah.
So I have 3 Carleton College externs working with me this December to create workshops for Harding students. And the first workshop that they've created is a virtual workshop on imposter syndrome. I dropped the link in the chat to this, like a little intro slide that it would be awesome if you could share with students. I don't know if you know very much about imposter syndrome, but it's that feeling you have that I don't know enough. Surely everyone will find out that I'm a fake and I actually don't know how to teach physics at all. That's that feeling of imposter syndrome. It's really common, and it's especially common for underrepresented groups in the sciences and math. And so this is a group of math and science majors who are working with me to create workshops. And our second workshop, which will be next Wednesday, will be on careers in math and science, sort of outside the normal careers that you think about. So if you can advertise this with your students, that'd be awesome. It's not on the list for advisory, and it is this Wednesday at 1:30 to 2:30, and we have a couple different breakout rooms and different things students will be doing. So I'm really hoping that we can get high attendance with our DP students. And it's from 10 to 12.
And if you lose track of the link, this link is also in the IB schedule that is on Schoology. It's linked on the schedule under Getz's workshop name.
Jenny, this just occurred to me. It would make it a lot easier for me to share if I could get like a slide from you just to put into the slide deck I share with kids. Sometime this morning, would you have a chance to send a slide over to us?
Yeah, that's what I just dropped in the chat.
Oh, beautiful. I didn't have a chance to. Cool. Great, thank you.
I can also email it if it would be helpful.
I can get it from there. Thank you. Appreciate it. Internal assessment. So just returning to this, my proposed IA schedule for DP classes, and this ties into the IB Scholar Days and why they have the focus they do on each day. So November through January, still working mostly on the history HI. December through February, the English essays and the orals for the different English classes. February through March, a bigger shift towards sciences IAs. Of course, you are all working on these things already. Math, February to March, that's where the big push will be. February to March, economics. March, the Lang B orals, and February through April, arts IAs and assessments. Most of those, of course, are due in April. Just a quick review. This is my proposed IA schedule, and that's kind of why we have the workload on the different Scholar Days that we do. Back to you, Dan.
Yes, so for next year is, as of right now, we're planning to offer 2 new pathways. So right now we have the NJROTC as a career pathway for the CP, but we're going to be adding healthcare careers and community justice. Both of these are already existing at Harding. These courses, all but the STARD course, Police in the Community, is already being offered, and it's taught by Andrew Southworth. So just a note to that for anybody who thinks they know some students who might be interested, feel free to send them my way, or to Ms. Nichols, or if they want to talk specifically about these courses, we can get you in contact with those teachers as well. So we're looking to expand. There definitely could be more. I'm looking to add art, either fine arts or performance art pathway, possibly, as well as some others. So always open to suggestions. We'll pursue things that have a direction to go towards. So let me know if you've got ideas of things that are really feasible for us to do at Harding, and we'll look into doing it.
Thanks, Dan. We're going to have our first virtual parent information session, and we always have we've offered a number of these over the last few years. It's always a bit of a struggle to get parents out, and actually one of the things I've been kind of excited about the move to virtual learning is the chance to kind of leverage these tools to try to get more parents to learn about our program. So we're hoping that we'll have a good turnout on Wednesday, December 16th from 7 to 8 at night. Dan and I will present about the CP and DP. Patrick will be there as the MC. And for a breakout session, Jamie Shady will be available to help with college and career planning. So this information has already been communicated to families. It's going out in the advisory lessons as well. But if you get a chance to promote it, we'd appreciate it. We're excited. We hope we get a good turnout. Any teachers of 12th grade diploma candidates, and on the right you see the list of all the current diploma candidates. This is super high pressure time. It's kind of always high pressure time for the diploma candidates, but right now they're really working hard on trying to get their extended essay done. So I encourage you, if it makes sense, to offer them some kind of opt-out ticket for a low stakes but perhaps time-consuming formative assessment for your class. For example, recently I gave all the diploma candidates an opt-out to like a 10-point assignment, which is a pretty standard formative assessment assignment for my class. Like, no, I'm not going to do that, but I'm agreeing to work on my extended essay instead. Okay, you don't have to do this. This is just a suggestion. And all I did is I just emailed it to my students and I said, you keep track of it. You email me the thing you want out of, and I'll excuse you from the grade book. So please consider it if you're teaching any of the 12th grade diploma candidates. Assessment changes for May 2021. So yes, I feel like every time we meet, I have new changes for you. And here's the latest round. So the IBO is sincerely trying to be sympathetic. They are still responsible for assuring results that mean something, that a university can look at that, see a score of a 5 or a 4 or 6 and like, okay, this is a valid score. Okay, so here's some updates. Okay, one thing that's nice, and I don't have the definitive end point on this, but it says, what I just learned is that if any time a student wants to withdraw from the May 2021 exams, the IB will refund the student's registration fee. So until this year and part of last year, really that date was always January 15th. So we've always had to pull kids out. Otherwise, we're just stuck paying for an exam that a student didn't take. As of right now, we can actually extend that deadline later. I don't know what that, I've asked them for that next date beyond January 15th. I don't know what that is. My thought is, we should probably still have our vote of no confidence procedure later this month and try to figure out which students are simply struggling, probably not going to get their IA done, probably should withdraw them from the exam. So we'll have that. We'll still do that by the end of this month. But know that we will probably have some more flexibility later down the line, February, March, possibly, to additionally withdraw students. Students also, particularly 11th graders who are testing, if it's just everything is falling apart in their lives, brilliant kid, wants to stay engaged, probably still wants to test, but can't do it this year, we can actually still defer them at no extra cost. So that's another thing to consider. And while we could do that for 12th graders, the likelihood of them coming back a year from now to take their exams is very unlikely. So I think we should only view that for 11th graders. Additionally, Screens for coursework will open on 15th of January. So that's in IBIS where we upload things. Here's a big change. The IBO wants schools to upload all internal assessment coursework, all of it. So typically internal assessment is moderated, right? We grade all of it, but then the IBO picks a small sample. That small sample is the only thing we upload, okay? In this case, the IBO wants everything. So think about that. All of you do internal assessment. Think about your workflow, okay? Oftentimes we don't necessarily document everything right then and there because we know that later, that only a small set will be picked, okay? And you're only going to dedicate your energy to that small set of like full notation for your marking. Know that this time you have to do it for every single assessment. Okay, so consider that as you're planning your workflow for internal assessments, that everything will be uploaded, okay, with teacher comments. Arts and TOK will have slightly different, have a slightly different approach. They did not indicate what that was. I'll let you know as soon as I know, okay? Additionally, so this is what we ended up doing last year for all subjects except group 1. Okay, group 1, this is for all the English teachers. All of our things get uploaded this year. So we don't have a moderation sample. So we're going to upload all of our orals for Lang and Lit, and for literature and performance. All that stuff will be uploaded. Okay. I was in a meeting about a month ago with David Weiss, who's the head of North American Public Schools for the IBO. And my takeaway from that meeting was that for the May 2021 exams, we will be presented with 2 options. They've not put this into official wording yet, okay, but this is as things stand right now. Option 1, offer the exams, okay? And so imagining what that would be at Harding is offering exams in a socially distant setting, in as safe as environment as we can. It would be a lot of space, just trying to get all those kids, particularly in the math and English days, spread apart far enough. But that's option 1, offering the exams. Okay. Option 2 is the alternative assessment pathway, which is basically what happened in last May, when all the internal assessments were collected, as much things from group 6 were collected, and then that trend data, the IBO's kind of mathematical modeling was used to create the scores for paper 1 and paper 2, okay, and paper 3 in some cases, I believe. Okay, we're going to discuss this in small groups in a moment. I'm going to pause for a second. I see I have a question from Molly. Molly, basically the date with January 15, that January 15th date is when IBIS opens, okay, where you can start entering scores. They need to be finished by the usual date. In your case, for history, later in March, okay? But that's just when IBIS opens for uploading things. That's all that date means, okay? All right. So we're going to do a quick write. On a piece of paper near you or on a doc, I want you to briefly write out your thoughts to these 2 questions, okay? What would be the advantages or disadvantages of not offering the DP exams for your subject this year? Not offering them. How would this change or affect your teaching? Okay. And if we're given a choice to offer or not offer the exams in May 2021, what should we do? Why? Okay, so 3 minutes, piece of paper near you. Please just sketch out your thoughts, all right? Thank you. I'll set a timer. All right, thank you for doing that. This is what we're going to do. We're going to have breakout rooms in just a moment. Don't go there yet, but this is where the different groups will be. In a room, basically all the English teachers together, language teachers, social studies, science, math, arts, separate. Admin, coordinators, librarian, counselors to stay here, who are here this morning, stay here. And the other groups, you'll just go and you'll just, one of you, whoever's there first, you just create your group, and that'd be HHS group 2, okay? And what's what I want you to do? I want you to discuss the following, bring back any recommendations, questions, suggestions, try to hear all the voices in your group, pick one person to speak for your group upon returning, just concisely. Advantages, and it's the same question. What would be the advantages, disadvantages of not offering the DP exam subject for your subject year? How would it affect your teaching? If you're given a choice to offer or not offer exams, what should we do? Dan and I and the admin, we have our thoughts about this, but we want to hear your thoughts, okay? Because at some point, we're going to be asked to make a decision. We want to make as an informed decision as we can, okay? Before I leave this slide, do a quick screenshot so you have these questions.
Eric, quick question.
Yeah.
Is it all or none? So
at this point, I don't know. At this point, I don't know if it's by district, if it's by school, if it's by subject, or if it's by student. I don't know how it's broken down. Yeah.
Eric, are we breaking out in meets or is it another team?
We are.
Okay.
No, we are going to go in meets. So here's back to the slide. Would you please, English teachers, head off to HHS Group 1, Lang B teachers. So 12 minutes, and I will see you in now. If you need to leave, if you cancel out this team so you don't hear the overlap, just cancel it and then join back in. Okay, see you in 12 minutes.
Are you going to continue the recording of the meeting now, too, Eric?
No, I'm going to stop it once I get the impression everybody's out. Thank you.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to stop it right now.
Eric, do you want me to post these where I post the other school ones?